also at McCain, but also was part of the Piedmont board when we did the study there. Kelly Wilson will be representing Grand Slam, Carpenter's Grand Slam, because we did a lot of the work in their summer camps, and a representative from the Newark Little League.
So we're going to have everybody's Little League coach, and there's a million of them out there, including your husband.
Well, and the reason that we're doing it now is we really are heavy proponents in off-season
conditioning.
Right, and then you get started after the first of the year, so if we wait until February, it's a little late.
Well, what about these kids, Mike? Most of the time, especially with the younger kids, you got them involved in every other sport.
Sure.
And I know you're a big proponent in taking a time out.
At least throw twice a week. So find a place that you can throw, and certainly Carpenter's Grand Slam is a site that has it. An area that you can throw and use their facilities. You can rent time. There's always the gym, and you know, with our weather, you can never be sure. Heck,
That's right.
It could be 60 in January and 20 in November.
Well, I always mention that in Delaware, football season is better than baseball season weather-wise. I mean, it just seems that way.
Right.
You know, we want to congratulate University of Delaware for going on and first round of the playoffs. They played a team that looked like they could play with the Eagles. I mean, the team was very, very martial.
Marshall.
Right? You mean the team that money can buy?
Well, you know, one of the things I want to bring up, I had no problems with the quarterback. I did have a problem with the receiver.
Well, he wouldn't have a problem with the receiver.
And he reminded me of the guy that the New York Giants just picked up, the one that nobody else would touch, and all of a sudden, you know, it's just like you can do anything, but if you're good, you can play.
Well, my response is that this young man was not accepted by Notre Dame, was thrown out of Florida State, was arrested the week before the game for a battery charge, and was able to catch 3 touchdown passes. I mean, what message are we sending?
What message are we sending? That's exactly right, Mike. What message are we sending? And is everything okay as long as you can play?
Oh, as long as you're a star and you have those kind of talents?
I don't understand it. As a matter of fact, one of the articles from the paper was the fact that when one of the Delaware players was hurt, they thought that the receiver, the one we're talking about, I'm not even mentioning his name because I don't want to give him any PR, walked over and they thought he was inquiring how he was, but we found out the comment was negative.
Yeah, and that's from a quality guy too.
Not, you know.
I mean, we're talking about linebacker who's just a quality player, and I'm surprised that he exercised as much discipline as he did, because I'm not sure I would have done the same.
I agree with you.
I may have been sitting the rest of the game in the locker room.
But, you know, Delaware did very well, and Marshall is a team that, you know, I
but
think
enough on that. How about that basketball team that beat Florida, took Clemson to within 10 points, and
excellent.
And beat University of Tennessee. You know, we got big games coming up this weekend. They open the American East on Friday night, and then there's another game on Sunday, and then they're not sold out yet. So
well, it's a great place to go. Go to the Bob. I mean, it's always great there. We're going to have the girls' scholarship coming up. We're going to have them on. But I also want to congratulate all the teams that participated in the football playoffs this week. Brandywine, you know, I know they had a lot of injuries. They certainly did themselves proud. They lost to a great Newark team in terrible weather, and also like Caravel lost a heartbreaker. That was
Del Mar.
To Del Mar. And it's going to be, St. Elizabeth came up big again.
Well,
it was real close,
7-6 is hardly big,
but you know what? St.
Enough.
Elizabeth, I think it's a team of destiny this year, and I'm certainly going to go down there to Lake Forest and watch that game because I really have to take my hat off to St. Elizabeth. When their coach, Jim Hempel, said they can play with anybody one game, I believe it. And I think that they've...
so is Joe. Joe believes it too.
Joe
and they
Hempel,
can.
right?
And they can.
Well, you know how I am with names.
No, I know that. But he might be watching.
And
I wanted him to know that I knew his name.
Now, we want to also congratulate William Penn, Bruce Reynolds. What can we say?
You know, I don't have the opportunity enough to go into locker rooms at halftime. But I was in the locker room at William Penn, and Bruce Reynolds, the profound orator that he is, had a great statement, and I think it's so applicable. His statement was, in this tournament, it's not who wants it more, it's who wants it longer. Because everything happens in the final period, and it would take probably a lifetime to acquire as many great sayings as he has. But his delivery is always unbelievable, and his timing is just uncanny.
I think if Bruce Reynolds was running against our esteemed Governor Carper, I think it would be a big fight because I think Bruce, you're the biggest underachiever in Delaware. Because,
I don't know if he's an underachiever.
Because, you know,
what he's doing.
William Penn is so lucky to have you because you're not only a great football coach, but a great guy. And talking about great, we have a wonderful show tonight. We have 2 great teams,
State
cross-country,
champions.
state champions, Ursuline and Swayze Adam, and two wonderful coaches, two great groups of kids, and it's always a pleasure having them on. I want to get right to them, so we're going to go to our first break and then come right back with Lou Oliveira and three of his champions right after this. I'd like to thank Finkel's for Sue's wardrobe tonight, 5800 Kennett Pike, Centerville, Delaware. Finkel's for the woman with discriminating taste, 652-6951. And also, if you'd like to see a young person highlighted in youth and sports, give us a call, 426-6253. We call everybody back, and our good friend and sponsor, Chip Hannick from Falk Road Exxon, has been getting a lot of calls about people call up, and and Chip, passes the calls on to us. So if you want to, if you have somebody you think is really...
It doesn't necessarily have to be a sports.
No,
that kid
anybody
involved
that
in
excels
sports.
in the community.
Anything positive.
Give us a call, 426-6253.
Guys, rise and shine.
The way things are stacking up, this may be a good time to move, which means you need a real estate agent. An agent with a name you'll recognize. One who'll market your house at the right price. A Prudential real estate professional who won't rest until it's all put to bed. The Prudential Real Estate Affiliates. The Rock is the answer.
Now to a few houses listed with Prudential. This first home is located in the city of Wilmington, right near Swayze Adam High School. Priced at $124,900, this 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath home has been completely updated throughout. The hardwood floors have been refinished. A lot of storage space, which is hard to find in a home 65 years old, but this closet's galore. It's located in Wilmington, priced at $124,900. Our next listing is located in Bear. This home is priced at $165,900. It has 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. This home is only 5 years old, and it's not crooked like it
It
looks
does
like.
not sit on a hill. That's Rich's picture, our good friend
It
Rich
has
Gill.
a huge master bedroom suite with an exercise room, which maybe we'll need after the holidays, I don't know.
I need it now, Sue.
The basement has been finished into a large game room with a den, plus a woodworking shop. It's in Bear, and it's priced at only $165,900. And our next listing is located in Sharpley, priced at $217,000. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch has been lovingly maintained by the original owners. It faces open parkland, has a spacious, updated eating kitchen. It's located in Sharpley, priced at $217,000. And our last listing in this segment is located in Newcastle, priced at $131,900. It has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, only 8 years old. This home still has a 2-year homeowner's warranty on it. It's nicely landscaped, backs to farmland. It's located in Newcastle, priced at $131,900.
Don't forget, if you're thinking about listing your house, give Sue and I a call. Let us come out and tell you what changes are practical to make so you can get the best price for the least amount of expenditures. It's always practical to have a realtor come in before you get ready to list your house. So you finally decided that new construction is what you'd like. Do you still need a realtor? The answer is yes. A realtor working as a buyer's broker for you can take you through every step of the process.
Remember, we love to do youth and sports, but real estate is our business.
I am Dr. Brent Noyes, a general orthopedist, here to tell you who is First State Orthopedics. It's a team of 10 orthopedic surgeons and staff taking care of Delaware's hand, spine, adult reconstructive, trauma, and sports needs. Our offices are located in 4 sites throughout Newcastle County, including North Wilmington at Folkestone, across from Brandywine High School, Middletown, Pike Creek, and our main office at the Medical Arts Pavilion of Christiana Hospital. This is Brent Noyes of First State Orthopedics, the orthopedic team taking care of Delaware.
Hi, we're back on Youth and Sports, and I'd like to welcome Ursuline coach Lou Oliveira, a frequent visitor every year. He always has the great track teams, the great cross-country teams, and a great guy, great coach. Next to him are 3 of his stars, Patty Daly, Melissa Dibbs, and Lauren Burkowski. Did I get that right?
Borowski. Okay.
I'm close. I'm close. Welcome, girls and guys.
Thank you.
I asked you girls before the break, does Lou actually run with you? All the time, huh? I'm really impressed, Lou.
Okay,
How do you think he keeps his shape?
I didn't know. You know, some people are just lucky.
No, you think people are lucky, but everyone works at it.
Now, Lou, you know, I mean, it's no secret, you got these great teams every year. And this year, I mean, you were extra praiseful of your team. You want to tell us a little bit about it? I mean, I know that you had a great year.
We had a good base of people coming back, plus a couple of freshmen who added to the squad that you'll meet a little later.
One of the ones who's won the actual top vote getter, who didn't want to be on with the singles, but we appreciate that.
But they all came together as a real good team, and it's just unfortunate we couldn't bring more, as we had a nice squad and a lot of other people.
Well, you bring them next year, Lou. When you win it again, you bring them next year.
We have 21.
21 girls?
Yeah.
Lou, I know I'm going to start asking the girls because I know, Patty, let's go to you first. You are a senior?
Senior, yes.
And also you run spring and winter track, or are you just going to run spring track?
I have run winter track the past 3 years since I was a freshman, but I'm just going to do spring track this year.
Now, you're also student council president?
I'm president of the senior class.
President of senior class, National Honor Society.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What about, why, if you're going to pick one, indoor was the one you got rid of?
Yes.
And what did you run indoor?
Everything from the 4x800 to the 1600 to the 3200.
And what will you run outdoor?
Same events.
Same thing?
Mhm.
Do you like running outdoor or indoor better?
Outdoor much better.
Actually, that's because you quit. But usually you would run, you're taking your senior year, you're going to take a break. And I remember Dr. Axe always likes to give an athlete a break, one
Gotta
whole,
visit schools.
one whole,
Have you started looking into schools yet?
Yes, we had to have all of our applications in already, so narrowed it down to 8. Waiting to see
Is
where
that
I
a narrow down?
Yeah, it is.
And what are some of the schools that you have narrowed down to?
Everywhere from Boston College, American University, Georgetown, Duke, Wake Forest, Delaware.
great, great. What would you like to major in?
History.
History. Oh, I love that. You're the second one. There was a young guy wanted to major in history. What makes you want to major in history?
I'm from a big history family. My father and mother are both really into it, and I've taken a few history courses that were really interesting.
And
Got me
history is
excited.
cyclic.
What
It
you
all
gonna do with it?
Comes around.
I want to go into law school.
That's the answer.
Ever the practical one.
That's me.
Let's-
If you look at the schools that she selected, I think 7 of the ones that she mentioned have law schools contained right within the universities that she's applying to.
And I'm sure you considered that.
I just like them, what they had to offer.
You going to run school?
Probably not competitively, but I will definitely keep it up on my own.
You're
No,
going to keep it up.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Melissa, you're a junior, Melissa Dibbs. And you, cross country, you're going to run indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
And you're not going to run indoor? Did you run indoor?
No.
And when did you start running?
4th grade?
4th grade. And what did you start running?
I don't even remember.
I mean, did you just go out for a team?
Yeah.
And you just...
Usually.
Which CYO team were you on?
Person.
Ursuline
Yeah.
CYO.
Now, Melissa, you never like picked another sport except for track, so obviously you love to run. Or do you love to run?
No, I love it.
I mean, sometimes you're good at something, but you don't necessarily think it's the greatest. But
Yeah.
do you really enjoy running?
I like track better.
Okay. Now, let's explain the difference. Cross country is how long?
3 miles.
Okay, it's always 3 miles. Is that correct? I mean, no matter what track you go on, it's always 3 miles.
Yeah.
Now, what did you run in outdoor track?
To the, well, 400 up to the 2 miles.
Did you feel like, hey, this is great?
Yeah,
Now, how different do you train?
a lot different. We do more speed work in track, so
Do you have a good kick? Are you you consider yourself having a good kick? What's the strongest part of your race?
I don't really know. Yeah, the whole thing.
And next year you'll be right back again? What attracted you? I mean, Coach Oliveira, it seems like, you know, it's just like Coach Heiss for Slade. I mean, great teams year after year. When you girls start out, I mean, that's one of the things that attracts you, the tradition, the fact that the coaches, you know that you're going to have a competitive team.
Yeah,
And then he runs with you, too.
yep.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Did any of you select Ursuline because of the running program that you actually, when you had a chance to choose schools?
I did.
You did? Great, great. That's interesting. Lauren Borowski, did I get it right that time?
Yep.
Thank you. And you're a senior?
Yep.
Cross country, winter track, spring track, student council, athletic association, what's that?
It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, like all the sports we have at our school, we're kind of like in charge of it, the athletic association. I'm vice president. There's a president and like 2 more vice presidents.
Oh, that's great.
So.
That's great. Math league, science olympiad, chess club, debate club, mock trial,
Mock law.
mock law.
Yeah.
Okay, do you do trials?
No. It's just kind of a club that we have at our school.
So you're really
Nothing
involved, and where do you get time for all this?
After school and stuff, sometimes when I'm not doing sports and during school. And
When are you not doing
Wait, when are you not doing sports?
well, now I'm not doing sports because I'm sick. But
So you
and
get
'cause I'm
sick, you
taking a
get to take
break.
time off and take all these extra
Yeah.
curricular activities.
Well, you have a lot of different.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't do them.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I don't do them all the time. We like alternate on
Well,
days when we
that's great.
meet, so.
I mean-
What time's cross country over? What time is, you're done with practice and finished?
Around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
And that's the unique thing about most of the running sports. The coaches are able to get their programs in an hour and 15 minutes, sometimes an hour and 30 minutes, unlike many of the other sports, and they can do other things. That's why it's a unique and a sport that many people in my medical school class were runners. It was a natural thing. It's not only is it a sport, but it's a release. So it provides two different positive things.
Were you ever a
Warren-
runner, Mike?
Do I look like a runner?
Lauren, what about colleges for you? What do you want to major in?
Probably English or something like that. Maybe history. I'm kind of undecided right now.
And you looking at how many? You looking at some schools?
Yeah, I'm looking at 6. Penn State, Villanova, University of Rhode Island, Delaware, James Madison, and St. Joseph's.
Well, it certainly looks like, Lou, that your runners can follow the signs. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a great bunch of girls, not only that, but a real sharp bunch of
Spent a
girls.
few months on that.
Girls, we got a ton more girls and guys here tonight. We want to congratulate you on your state championship. I want to ask you one question before you leave, though. Do you get that endorphin rush when you run cross country?
Yeah.
You do? You do.
When does it kick in?
Yeah, when does it
in
kick
for
in?
me after
When I
3 points.
scream.
It didn't kick in for Sue after a block. Okay, but it kicks in at the mall.
When I screamed at him about a mile and a half into the
Is that where it gets? Do you get it, Lou?
Endorphin rush?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I get it.
I'm going to,
Walter wished he had the
Yeah, I
stamina
wish I had the
to stay in
stamina
there
to
long.
get it. I want to get it.
I'm afraid, Walter, you'd get it and wouldn't know it.
I know. We got a ton more kids. We're going to be right back with some more Ursuline champions right after this.
If you'd like to buy a home, you probably can. There are many different mortgage programs available. If you'd like more information, give us a call and we can help make it happen.
Youth in sports is our labor of love, but real estate is our business. Call us.
Tell them what you want.
Now to a
Yeah,
few
Kristen.
houses listed with credential. This home is located in Holyoke, priced at $125,900. This home has 2 full beds, 3 bedrooms, fireplace, hardwood floors, enclosed front porch. This home also has a 2-car detached garage with a loft. A lot of features you wouldn't expect to find in a home located in North Wilmington and priced at only $125,900. Our next listing is located in Windy Bush. This 4-bedroom, 3 full bath ranch has 2 master suites. Sits on over half an acre, hardwood floors throughout. Finished lower level playroom is located in Windy Bush, priced at $163,000. Our next listing is located in Bellefonte. This charmer is priced at only $129,900, has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, has all new windows throughout, a brand new eating country kitchen, comfortable lower level that has been finished. There's a family room with a walkout to outside. It's located in Bellefonte, priced at $129,900. Our next listing is in Landenberg, $239,900 for this 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, which also has a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in-law suite. Sits on 5 acres. It's in an ideal location with an in-ground pool in Landenberg, priced at $239,900.
Sent information on that house out last week from a call on the show. Was a big fan of yours, Mike. And don't forget, if you are going to buy a house, you want an agent to act as a buyer's agent. A buyer's agent, get all the facts, let the agent explain it to you, but a buyer's agent is what you want when you're buying a house.
Last Saturday, my wife Lisa and I went shopping. We're not paying any attention. That's when it hit me. What would happen to our family if Lisa weren't around anymore?
Well, recently I've been trying to get Dave and Lisa to review their life insurance.
We then called Kim. She's our nationwide insurance agent.
Lisa now has the life insurance she needs.
Sometimes I think about what almost happened. But thanks to Kim, I don't worry about what might happen.
Nationwide is on your side.
Jim Doherty and Associates Insurance, 3 great locations, 1-800-421-3535. Don't forget, Nationwide is on your side.
This is Dr. Michael Axe with another Axe Fact. What is the best treatment for an ankle sprain? Providing it's just a sprain, in that there's no large break of the structural bones of the ankle, the answer is ice and compression to reduce swelling. An x-ray is almost always needed, especially if there's point pain on the bones, particularly if the pain is above the ankle socket and the bones of the lower leg. The best treatment is to apply tape or an air cast to provide compression, not ACE bandages. 15 minutes after an ACE bandage is applied, the elastic fibers within the bandage lose their memory and a significant amount of the compression is lost. Therefore, an ACE bandage has limited use unless it's pulled so tightly that it compromises the circulation. Use crutches until you're able to walk without a limp. Acetaminophen can be used early for pain and anti-inflammatories after 12 to 24 hours. Occasionally, treatment includes casting, but always aggressive rehabilitation, either in physical therapy setting, an athletic training room, or in the privacy of your own home, providing you have the necessary equipment. This is Dr. Michael Axe of First State Orthopedics, bringing you Axe Facts.
Hi, we're back on Youth and Sports. Sue?
Yeah, I'm going to introduce the next set of Ursuline State Championship cross-country girls. We have Kristen McGuff on my right, next to her Bridget Doherty, next to her Stephanie Perner, and then Katie Doherty. No relation though, huh, girls?
Yeah. Welcome, girls. And we have to congratulate this 9th grader here, first year, and she is the state champ. And she wanted to come on with her teammates, which I really congratulate, but we had doing the individual state champs on. But I understand why you want to come on. How does it feel? First year, bang.
Oh my God, it's like a rush, you know. I didn't expect anything like that. I just thought I'd keep in shape, you know, and run at some of the practices. I didn't even know what a meet was. I just
You didn't run before?
I ran spring track back in New Jersey with one of the local diocesan schools, and that's it. Didn't even know what a meet was, what a race. I didn't know.
So Lou did a great job
like
with you.
Sounds like me.
Wow.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long were you running with your other team in New Jersey?
I ran spring year of 8th grade, and that's it.
So this is really your first year of competitive running.
Mm-hmm.
And you could read all the signs, we know that. But you also play basketball and swim. You swim, soccer, student council president for the 9th grade.
Yes.
So you're involved, and you're going to do basketball next,
I'm
right
doing
now.
baseball now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then spring track.
Yes.
What are you going to run in spring track?
I don't know. He said everything from 200
Well,
up.
probably Lou doesn't know because you go, oh, what do I got here? You're talking about national resource. Okay, Bridget Doherty, you're a 10th grader, cross country and outdoor track?
Yeah, and winter track.
Winter track. You're not going to run indoor?
No, I am.
That is winter.
You are going to run indoor. You're not going to run outdoor?
I'm running both.
Both, okay, sorry. What will you run indoor? What events?
Well, this is my first year doing it, but probably like the 1600 and 3200.
So you're going to run a little distance too?
Yeah.
And the same thing with the outdoor?
Yeah,
Do you
and the
like,
800.
You never run indoor before?
No, last year I did swimming.
And what did you swim?
The 500.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
What made you switch from swimming to track?
I just decided that, like, I liked running better and I should just, spend more time doing that instead. And I still swim during the summer. So.
Who do you swim for in the summer?
It's a swim club called Darley. It's right by my house.
Right, okay. Darley Swim Club, right.
You swim our team, Holiday Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie Perner, you're a junior. You run spring and winter track, National Honor Society, Science Olympiad. Now, when you run spring and winter track, what events do you run?
Usually I run the 400, sometimes the 200, and sometimes the 800.
Have you run indoor before?
Yes.
Do you like running indoor?
Not really.
There's a lot of people who don't like running indoor. Does anybody like running indoor? We're going to get to the boys and ask them.
Well, why do you run indoor then?
You're right.
Just
That's
to
what we
keep
talked
Stay
about.
in shape for spring.
Better than running outdoor in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it seems like from all the young girls that you have on this team, you girls are going to have a great team next year, too. So it must be
Probably.
really exciting. Did you have fun this year?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun.
Let's see, Katie Doherty, also a ninth grader, freshman, and cross country and extra activities, track, basketball, softball, student council rep for ninth grade. Are you going to play any of those sports at Ursuline?
I'm probably going to do track for Ursuline, and I do basketball for the St. Mary Magdalene Senior League. It's like a league for like high school kids who are going to do something else because I'm going to do a winter track during the winter, so.
You are going to do winter track?
Yeah. Yep.
First time ever?
Yeah.
When did you start running track, Katie?
I started in 7th grade at St. Mary Magdalene, and then I've been running ever since.
Now let me ask you girls a question. I mean, we got 2 freshmen and 2 juniors. Is that correct, or 2 sophomores? Sophomore and a junior. How did you girls decide? I mean, what pushed you to track?
I love to run.
You love to run.
Always been there.
I just did it for something to do. Like, I didn't really know what it was.
Like keep in shape, stay healthy, that kind of thing?
Uh-huh.
It was like probably the only like spring sport I wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's only spring sport I wanted to do.
Now, Mike asked this question before. Did anybody come to Ursuline to run track? Anybody consider that? Did you know of Coach Olivier, the fact that he's had great teams?
No.
And now he's captured you?
We're a
and-
lucky find.
Lucky find, right. Lucky
What a
find.
natural resource.
Right, right. Girls, you won the state championship this year. It looks like you're strong for next year. Did you all have fun?
Definitely.
Great experience, a lot of great kids. You have 21 other girls on the team, is that correct? 21 in all? And that's a pretty strong team for a senior class that has how many, 90?
60.
60. That's a pretty strong team.
Everybody participates.
Right, right. And do you find that it does keep you in shape? Mentally healthy?
Yeah.
So you ought to start running. Run right now
I
and
did
eat
start
fish
running.
in between while you're running. Girls, we want to congratulate you on a great year.
Thanks.
And I guess we're going to be seeing at least 2 of you for 3 more years, and you girls for a couple years, and you for another. But it sounds like you're going to have a great team next year. I don't want to jinx you or anything, but I think we're going to be seeing a lot of you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming down tonight.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And we're going to have Sally's cross-country champions on right after this.
If you'd like to buy a home, you probably can. There are many different mortgage programs out there available, especially for first-time home buyers. So give us a call, and Walter and I can help make it happen.
Don't forget, youth in sports is a labor of love, but real estate's our business. Call us.
Now to a few houses listed with Prudential Referred Properties. This home in Timber Farms is priced at only $189,900. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. This home is only 5 years old. Has a 2-story entrance foyer, sitting room off of the master bedroom, 15 phone jacks. It's located. They must have a lot of teenagers like me. It's located in Timber Farms, priced at $189,900. Our next listing is located in Tavistock, priced at $299,900. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. This is a very special home that's been tastefully decorated. It shows beautifully, has a lot of charm. It's located in Tavistock and priced at only $299,900. And our next listing is located in Chestnut Valley. This 8-year-old home is priced at only $179,900. Has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a great finished basement with a game room. The kitchen is spacious, bright, and airy with a center island and skylight. Is located in Chestnut Valley, priced at $179,900. And our last listing this evening is located in Smyrna, priced at $259,900. Has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Step back in time when you enter this gracious Victorian on a quiet street in Smyrna, and it's priced at only $259,900.
Don't forget, when you're looking to buy a home and you're looking to sell a home, give Sue and I a call. We'll lead you in the right direction. 426-6253.
It's pretty obvious. We have to move.
So how do we find out how much our house is worth?
The Rock is the answer.
We think we have enough for a down payment.
Now we need an agent to show us what we can afford.
The Rock is the answer.
We've been talking about this transfer for 6 months.
Yeah, now they want me yesterday.
So where do we find someone who knows how to get this house sold fast?
The Rock is the answer. The Prudential Real Estate Affiliates.
Hi, we're back on Youth in Sports and talk about Lou Olivier's program at Ursuline. I mean, here's a guy Coach Ralph Heiss from Swayze Adams, who's had great programs for years and years and years, state championships, and tons of kids running the program. We'd like to congratulate him and thank him for coming back on our show tonight. Welcome, Coach Ralph Heiss, and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Yeah, the boys did real well this year. They're very, very well for us.
And Coach, you, you know, like, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I understand Sally says an enrollment of from 1,000 to 1,250, but to get them out and to get them to run, I mean, every year they're always there.
We have 1,000 boys in the school. We had 39 on the team this year.
Tremendous.
Which is real good.
And you do not cut in cross country?
No. Everybody who's willing to come out and pay the price of just running the program stays with the
What
practices.
a tough price that is.
Yes. Well, they know that going in, though. They know how hard the practices are.
Do you run with them?
Sometimes, on the easier days. I don't run as hard as these guys do, because they go, maybe go 7 miles might be our hardest run as far as our distance. And the pace that they run is way beyond anything I can do. But once in a while, if we go jogging from the school out to Rockford Park, I'll jog with them.
I guess when they see you jogging, they figure they better keep it up.
Yeah.
Let's welcome our guests from Swayze Adams. They are from the championship team. First, Steve Lafferty, a senior, Eric Olson, a junior, and Will Bozzella is also a senior. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Congratulations, great year.
Thanks.
You
What a
got
way to close out your senior year, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. Did you guys, when you decided to come to Swayze Adams, did the track team have any influence on you? I mean, did you guys, you knew about Coach Heiss's program, the fact that he's been so ultra successful. I mean, it's like a tradition there. Did that have any influence on you when you came to Swayze Adams?
Yeah, it had a little bit on mine.
Had a lot on mine. Now, did you guys run before, Steve? You're a senior, did you run before you came to Swayze Adams?
I never ran in grade school. My grade school never had like a program for it, but I ran in like road races and stuff.
Did you?
On my own, yeah.
Did you, I mean, you just decided to go out and run?
Yeah.
And I see where you also, you play basketball and you're on the ski club and you work and you're running spring track and winter track.
Yeah.
Now, like we ascertained before, cross country is always 3 miles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you run in spring track?
800 and 400.
And what about indoor track?
Same, 800, 400, maybe the mile.
Now, which do you like best?
In track, I like the mile, but I don't really get to run it that much.
But do you like the cross country compared to the indoor and outdoor
track?
track?
I like cross country better.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't, 3 miles. I mean, you train.
Well, and when you do cross country, where is your track that you run?
We run at Brandywine Creek State Park. That's
So
our
you run through trails
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah.
holes and ditches and
yeah.
branches.
Thus, cross country.
Well,
Right.
what's
But,
the
I mean,
difference?
that's just a killer.
Wait a minute, don't let him get on you like that. What's the difference between cross country and steeplechase?
The steeplechase is a race in the track. That's a 3 mile or 2 mile run on a track. They go around and around and around on the track. Cross country is up and down hills, and as I say, the terrain is different.
Now, steeplechase, where you go over jumps and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's steeplechase on a track meet is they have large hurdles. They go on a 400-meter track, and they go over, I think, 3 hurdles plus a water jump. That's an interesting event. It's kind of like a cross-country race with horses, but it's for people, of course.
Why don't they ever have that in high school? They haven't.
It's a hard event to have because of the setup of the
Right.
water jump.
Right.
You'll see college facilities that'll have that, but very rarely will you ever see a high school runner do a steeplechase.
Now, would you advocate that, Coach?
It'd be nice to see. It'd be something different. But again, it'd be hard because of the cost factor, I think. You can just set up a track. That's easy to do, but a steeplechase jump would be hard to set up and maintain.
Steve, now you're a senior. What about college for you? What are you thinking about?
Thinking about maybe a small school in Pennsylvania.
As opposed to a real large school. Now, it's funny because Sally's is one of the largest schools, especially the largest all-boys school in Delaware, and now you want to go to small college.
Yeah, I think I'd do better.
Well, that's a great, as long as you can decide what you want to do. You have any idea what you want to major in, Steve?
Yeah, landscape architecture, maybe.
Great. There's a lot of money out there in that. And the one thing I like about some of these professions is where you get off the ladder, or you get a thing, and you go, boom. No billing, no nothing, here it is. I want it. I like that. Eric Olson, you're a junior.
Yes.
And also you're going to play baseball.
Yeah.
And you played baseball for RC DuPont American Legion. And also you were CYO Senior League basketball, so you kind of dabbled in everything.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Probably baseball.
What do you play in baseball?
Center field, pitcher.
And American Legion's very prestigious. They only take the best kids in the state. And how long have you been playing American Legion?
This is my first year this year. I was a 16-year-old in Larson DuPont.
What about cross country? How'd you get involved in that? You ever run before?
Oh yeah, I started back in like 4th or 5th grade, running for St. Mary Magdalene CYO, and I just got started because I guess I was too small to play football or whatever, and my parents just persuaded me to try it out, and I liked it. I was good at it, so I just kept going.
Now you knew, like when you came to Salesianum, that Coach Ralph Heitz is, I mean, a legend. He's got teams every year that are in the States or win the States. So kind of, you knew that you're going to be in the creme de la creme.
Yeah, it was real hard freshman year, but after freshman year, I think I made the transition pretty good, and then sophomore year I did pretty well, and this year I did even better. So.
And you're going to run next year?
Yeah, definitely.
And you know Coach has a good nucleus for next year. Why do I know that? Will Bozzella, you're a senior, and also the captain of the cross country.
Yes.
And you're going to run spring and winter track, National Honor Society. Congratulations. Will, what about college for you?
Mount St. Mary's, Delaware, East Carolina.
Would you like to run in college?
I'm thinking about it.
Did you pick Sally's because of the running program?
Yes. That was one of my main choices.
Where did you go to grade school?
Holy Rosary.
And did you run
Yes.
for them?
Now you guys, how many, you have 41, did you say?
39.
39? Now you guys, big team. I mean, did you guys have some fun this year?
Yeah, we had a lot.
And it's funny because, I mean, you train how many days? How many days you guys train?
5 days a week.
Okay, and the average of when you trained, how much did you run?
It depends. Like on our volume runs, we'd go like anywhere from like 6 to 8 miles.
What's a volume run?
Like where you just go out and run, I guess, not quite like what you're gonna run in the race, like a little under race pace, and just run up to like just go out and run like 6 or 8 miles, just in a pack and group of people.
Now, how many times would you do that a week?
I guess we do that like 2 times a week, and then maybe 3, and then other than that we do like speed workouts to like build our quickness, and just like we would go up to Rockford Park or whatever and run like 800s or half a mile loops and stuff like that.
Is that where you work on your speed? Is that what you're saying?
Now, Ralph, what's coming around now, it seems like everything in today's sports, and even in medicine, Mike, you can concur with this, is everything is specialized today. Now, they have speed camps coming up. How do you feel about them, Coach?
For the runners?
For the runners. Well, for any kind of player. I mean, they're trying to make somebody faster. Is that possible?
There's a certain genetic area, involved in doing speed, which you can certainly train to become faster. You can do the strength training and the flexibility, and you certainly can become quicker. Sure, and that could be in any sport.
Now, Coach, do you see any of these? I mean, you have so many boys. I mean, God knows how many kids you've coached over. How long have you been at Sally?
Well, I've been 20 years. My 20th year at Salesianum. I'm coaching track since the start, and this is my 8th year for cross country.
So, you've seen thousands of boys come through.
Yeah.
Is there ever anybody you see that's so unorthodox that you say, look, if you can change your gait, I mean, you'll be 5 seconds faster?
We've had a lot of guys with, I guess you could say, a variety of styles, but the main thing is to get across the finish line, and I don't do a whole lot. If their physique is, let's say they're really very thin upper body, they may see their arms kind of flailing around, whatever, and I may suggest some things about how to change, their shoulder carriage or how they're holding their head or whatever, but by and large, I don't fool around with style too much, because that just comes out of their general physique.
Don't fool around with winners. Guys, have you, now, 2 of your seniors, one's a junior. Has anybody changed their style since they started running?
Yeah, I definitely have.
How have you changed your style?
I don't know.
I mean, you stayed more erect, or?
Yeah.
What
Pace
about
yourself differently?
You change your plans, for each course, and how you run the course. It changes over the years. Yeah. You get more used to it. Like.
Do you sit down with the coach and say, how would I be more effective running this course? Like, say one of you has a good sprint. Does anybody have a real good kick?
Who's the rabbit on the team? Who goes out first and stays there?
That's one of the things that was really interesting about this group this year, and that there really wasn't, it was almost a problem in the middle of the season, that there really wasn't anybody who established himself clearly as the lead man. It was one of the few technical areas you have in cross country is called bunch time. That's how fast or how much time there is between your first man and your fifth man. This group was almost amazingly tight in that if your bunch time is under a minute, this is over 3 miles. That's a pretty close bunch time. We had bunch times that were like under 20 seconds between where the first guy was and the fifth guy was.
It's a heck of a team when you do that.
That came out of their training. They all ran together during the runs, during the practice runs, and then in races they just kind of keyed off each other. And it was almost as if no one wanted to go out and get into the lead and establish himself, establish a hard pace. We got to that point at the end of the year at the county championships and the state championships where I said, let's try to risk a little bit here. Let's go out and push the pace a little bit. And what happened was when a few of the guys did that, the other guys kind of fell along with them. And the pack stayed tight. It just all moved up together.
That's interesting.
And nobody can pass it. That means that they'll have to pass, anybody behind is going to have to pass 5 Salesianum runners to get to, it ain't going to happen.
Well, this is the Dwayne Lucas of
Well,
running.
how fast do the kids run 3 miles?
They'll go, we averaged 17 minutes over the course down at Lake Forest, which was very quick.
Sure is.
That is.
5:40.
What, guys, do you all you have a favorite course?
Yeah.
What's your favorite course?
My favorite course is Lake Forest. That's where States was.
And that's because it's quick?
Yes. Yeah,
And when you mean it's quick, what do you mean?
It's flat.
It's flat?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you?
Brandywine Creek.
Why?
Because I like the hills, I guess. I do better on them.
Okay, so you know that hills are good for you and they're strong for you?
Yeah.
So when the state meets come up, you want it to be on a hilly course?
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Will?
I like Belmont Plateau. It's up in Philly.
That's funny. All three of you like different courses. Why?
There's a couple hills mixed in there. It's a lot of flat and downhill.
Guys, I want to congratulate you. I mean, it really shows that hard work pays off, and to be on Coach Heiss's team is a real honor because he's got the creme de la creme and always comes up with them. I want to congratulate you, and I know I'm going to see Eric next year because Ralph's an annual visitor. We're going to come back with 3 more of your teammates on the state championship Salesianum cross country team right after this.
Buying or selling a home can be very stressful. When choosing a realtor, you want someone who is not only experienced and available, but also someone that you can trust and with whom you can communicate.
Don't forget, real estate is not about houses. It's about people. The Prudential Preferred Properties, rock solid in real estate. Call us.
First, I figured I'd forgotten where I'd parked. And then I knew. I called my husband, the police, and Ken, my nationwide insurance agent.
Willie was upset. You don't get your car stolen every day.
2 days later, my car showed up.
Broken windows, scratches, I mean, nothing major.
It wasn't a pretty sight, but the check sure was. Ken got it to me the next day.
Helping someone, it's a good feeling. That's why I'm a nationwide agent.
Don't forget, J. Dorsey Insurance, 3 great locations, 1-800-421-3535. Home insurance, every kind of insurance for every need, nationwide is on your side. We're back, and we have the last group that's here with Coach Ralph Heiss from Salesianum Cross Country Champions. Brad Johnson is first. He's a junior. Next to him is Will Eubank, who's a senior. And next to him is Ian McGonigal. Monagle. I'm sorry, Ian. And you're a senior. Welcome, guys. Guys, we were talking to your teammates, and we're talking about courses and also the fact that, you know, you run different things. Like, not only you run cross-country, most of you in other kinds of track. Brad, you're also going to run winter, and you're going to run summer?
Spring track.
Spring? Yeah, I say summer. And what do you run in winter and summer? What do you run in spring and indoor?
Pretty much half mile, a quarter, and I'm trying to run the mile, maybe 2 miles this year.
Okay, so you're dropping down from a 3-mile run, and then which do you favor?
Probably the half mile.
You like the half mile the best?
Yeah, probably.
And you're a junior, so you have 1 more. How long have you been
Yes.
running track for Salesianum?
Since I was a freshman.
Freshman.
Yeah.
So you went right out, and have you gotten better?
Before that?
I ran track from 6th grade, and I always ran sprints.
You're always a sprinter?
Yeah, and then sophomore year I ran cross country and started doing distance.
Well, what do you do? Like, Ralph, if a kid's fast, okay, he's a fast kid, but you know that, you know, in the top 10, it's not going to be. How do you get him to say, hey, look, you're not a sprinter. You really, you know, can carry it. I mean, do you see that, or is it trial and error?
It's a trial and error. You give everybody a chance to do whatever they think they want to do, especially with the younger runners, and that's why you keep them all around. And if you can tell by physique, generally the stronger guys are going to be the sprinters, and the guys that are just slighter builds are going to, with good strength within themselves, they're going to be good distance runners.
Same thing with horses.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Plus, they usually weed themselves out. They're out there competing and they're finishing 7th and 8th, and they still want to be part of the team. They know they're not going to represent their school.
Well, wait a minute. One thing that we haven't talked about is the mind game. And I want to talk about this with the young men too, but isn't it a fact, and I know when I was in the service and ran, that it's a lot of it is mind. I mean, these kids can do it, especially if they're trained well.
Yes.
But boy, the mind is a big thing. You talk about a pitcher going out there, you talk about any kind of player going out there and having a mind game. Certainly running is too.
Yes, we especially did that towards the end of the year. We knew we were going to be pressed by Caesar Rodney. We knew they were going to be a very strong team. So they had a couple of sessions where we just sat in the chapel actually before, you know, the day before the race and also the day of the race, and just visualized what we thought was going to happen during the race, and try to think about all the different factors that could happen. So you're setting yourself up mentally to get, you know, prepared, because at that point in the season, especially, you've done as much, pretty much physically, that you can do.
Right.
So you want to get yourself as mentally sharp, as prepared as you can do, and I think that was one of the keys to being as successful as we were in the state meet. They were very much prepared, and the boys did most of that on their own. I just kind of sat and listened to them.
Well, I'm sure that they did, but I'm sure you had a big part in it too, because it's just setting the rules up. This is what we're going to do. Brad, you're a junior. You got one more year to run. Have you gotten better? Did you start when you were a freshman?
Yes.
Have you felt like you gotten better running?
Yes, definitely.
And
I've improved a lot since
you got one more year to go.
Yeah.
And your best is yet to come.
Hopefully, yes.
Will Eubank, you're a senior, and cross country, you're going to run winter and spring track. You're in ski club, math league. What about college for you, Will?
I'm looking at Delaware, High Point, North Carolina, or Elon in North Carolina.
Everybody likes North Carolina. North Carolina is college U.
Yeah.
Will, you've been running for 4 years for Sally's?
Yeah.
When you first came, you know, Coach Heiss's program, I mean, there are so many championships and everything. A little intimidating?
A little bit, yeah.
And you hung right through?
Yeah.
Did you change anything?
No, I got better.
Beside the fact you got better, did you change any of your style of running at all?
Nah.
And when you go to winter and which is indoor, and then go spring track, which is outdoor, what do you run?
I run mile and the 2 mile, and every now and then I run the half mile.
And which is your favorite event?
Probably 2 mile.
And which is your favorite course for cross country?
Either Bellevue or Carpenter.
What about you, Brad? What's your favorite course?
I like all the courses.
Roller course? We've had like 4 different answers at 5, really. That's funny. That's really funny. Usually everybody says my home course. Ian, you're a senior. Cross country, you're going to run indoor or outdoor? Or both? Both. And National Honor Society, congratulations. And work, so you get it all in. What about you for college, Ian?
Well, I'm looking at Mount St. Mary's. I think that's my first choice now. And also Delaware, and I guess a couple other colleges.
What do you think about majoring in, Ian?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided.
Will, I didn't ask you that. What do you think about majoring?
Parks and Recreation, Management, like working.
Hey, that's a good field, because everybody is into conditioning today. You ought to know that, Ralph. And thank God for it. All these kids are absolute proof. Ian, now, what are you going to run in the indoor and the spring?
Mainly the 800. That's I guess my specialty, and also the mile sometimes.
Now, did you start running at Sally's when you were a freshman?
Yes.
Did you run before that?
I ran track in, I think, 4th and 5th grade, and then cross country in 7th and 8th grade at St. Mary Magdalene.
You know, it's funny because I just never thought about track in the early grades. And I should have, I guess, because it's kind of a...
You can come sit with me in those all-day track meets.
Yeah, no. But you know what?
I only come for part of it. I'm not a 5-hour sitter, but they go for 5 hours on Sunday.
Mike, so does the wrestling, so does the
wrestling,
swimming.
Wrestling seems to go faster.
Guys, we were talking about the mental aspect. Did you feel like you knew what you were doing? Did you guys see anything that you really didn't understand? Like, did somebody do something different? Did it throw you? What did you do?
How many elbows did you take this year?
I took a few and I gave a few.
Oh, you know what? Mike, I'm glad you brought that up. We didn't get into that. If you guys are in a pack, because you know who said that? Beau Perrant from Brandywine. He was talking, I said, you guys were running together, what'd you think about it? He said, well, you always think about it. Maybe you'll get hit, you'll fall down. Is that in you guys' mind when you're running cross country?
In the very beginning of races, it is.
When they're crowded?
In a cross-country race, you may have, in some of the invitationals we were in, we had 150 runners in one race, and they all have to start at the same time, of course. They're about, say, 100 yards straight away on the course, and you go into a funnel, generally speaking, so you have to get out quick, where there's a lot of potential for banging around in there, because everybody's trying to keep their focus on just getting ahead, and there can be a lot of contact.
Now, Ralph, let me ask you guys a question. I mean, you guys are always the ones to shoot for. Okay, do you ever see anybody like maybe trying to take a little advantage of that?
Once in a while, I've gotten elbowed once or twice this season.
Because,
Well,
I mean, your
when you say
numbers.
elbow, do you mean accidentally because the people are running? Or do you mean like...
Such a sweetheart.
pretty much
Buy a house
purposely.
from her. She is sweet. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Brett. We have 5
How many
minutes.
of those elbows are with
We
conviction?
have 5 minutes left, but the mental part of the game, how important is that, guys? Now, the two seniors, Will and Ian, you guys have been running for 4 years in a major program in the state. How has the mental game affected you guys?
I guess it's very important. A lot of people can get very nervous before the race and psych themselves out, and they'll not do as well. I usually don't get that nervous before races.
You look like you're low-key.
Yeah.
But you kind of handle it, know what you're going to do out there, kind of prepared mentally as well as physically.
Yeah.
Do you run in the summertime at all? Do you stay in shape? You guys stay in shape?
Yeah.
You almost
pretty
have
much.
to nowadays, don't you?
Pretty much.
I give them a basic idea
during
of
the
what to
summer.
do over the summer. I don't, we can't watch them. It's one of the rules. We can't watch them or supervise them during the course of the summer, but I tell them just to go out and do basically volume running, which is slow distance running, and just keep that going as consistently
They run
as you can.
6-minute miles for 10 miles.
Yeah, what do you mean by slow distance running?
Whatever
What do
they're
you
capable of doing. Usually a lot of the guys will run track, and they'll take a short break, a couple of weeks to get settled in a little bit into the summer, and then I hope that they're out during the summer trying to run whatever they're capable of doing that day and feel good at the end of the run so that they can go out the next day and run. Let's continue.
Do you ever want to run a marathon? Do you guys looking to do one of those?
I
No?
know.
No one here wants to run a marathon.
Good, good. We got a lot of smart kids that's lazy at them. Let me ask you guys a
Have
question
you ever
now.
run a marathon,
Yes,
Will?
I did. I've run 3 marathons. It's a very long way, I can tell you that. Usually marathons are run by older runners. Once in a while I see high school kids get involved in that, but it usually takes a lot of volume running to get in shape to do a marathon.
We have a guy in the office, the head of our new homes department, runs in the Boston Marathon. Is that the big one, the Boston Marathon?
Big one, yeah.
And I asked him where he finished. I said, where'd you finish, Rob? Because he wasn't in the greatest shape this year. He said 20,000. I said, gee, didn't they
He
stop?
finished.
Didn't play a show, you know?
He finished at least, yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. If we got 3 minutes left, so I don't want to get... If you guys know that it's a big field, okay, would that inspire any of you to get out a little earlier, to get away from it?
Yeah. Yes, I try and get out. At least
Where
the
do you
first
feel
100,
more comfortable running, Brad?
Close to the front, but not totally in the front.
What about you, Will?
I feel comfortable kind of taking it out, not as fast, not like going out and just killing myself the first mile, but you know, maybe the last mile pick it up.
What about you, Ian?
I try to get out sort of fast, not...
You're the first one. Is he the one that picked up the gate?
No, they all did that. They all kind of went along together.
So what they run their first mile in, Coach, in that meet?
They may very well go 5 flat.
Ooh. All right, let me ask you a question now. I know this has got to come up. Did you ever come out of one of your sessions and go, I've got the next state champ at the mile? I mean, this guy's a miler.
No. It's like the old saying, it's never over till it's over.
Right.
So you have to watch to see how the whole race goes. There are plenty of guys that go out too fast and flame out. They've gone too fast on the first mile, and they've either run the first mile too hard, or they haven't done enough endurance running to really sustain that kind of pace.
Now, a lot of times with a horse, you can't train them to do anything different. With a runner, a young runner, can you get them to, you know, you say, hey, look, you know, no matter what, you can't
Normally, you'll see that with the young runners, especially in the invitational races that we'll run. They'll go out too hard, and then they'll learn from that. At least I hope that they've learned from that. That's one of the things we do in our mental training. We run an invitational almost every week during the season, because we only run maybe one dual meet in a week. So they're used to the pressure of waiting a long time to get into the race, and they're used to the pressure of big field. By the time we hit the end of the season, the counties and the state meets, they're prepared.
And always.
Yeah.
You guys have fun?
Yes, definitely.
Great team.
Yeah.
We got 1 minute left. I want to congratulate you, of course, Coach. I want to congratulate you. Thanks for coming down and bringing this great bunch of kids with you, and we really appreciate it. And I think we'll see you next year. You're an annual visitor.
Well, I hope so.
Listen, we're going to have some great shows coming up, but I want to tell you all that our Christmas show, Christmas Eve, and also our New Year's show, New Year, will be taped shows. They'll be good shows, and we're going to be on for you guys and gals who want to see it, but they'll be taped. Stay tuned next
You
week.
might want to watch it. Maybe your tape.
Right. Next week, Mike will be on with the
Little League.
The Little League show.
League, yeah.
And
The
Sue will be
results.
away drinking wine in California. And we will see you all next week on Youth and Sports. And we didn't wish you all Thanksgiving, but happy Thanksgiving, but I hope everybody did have. I know I did. What about you, Mike?
Happy holidays. Happy
Yeah, it
holidays.
was a nice Thanksgiving.
Okay, join us next week on Youth and Sports. Good night.